Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for February of 2026. My name is Heidi, and yes, this is what I do. I think I hit the play button a little quick. I wasn't quite ready. Anywho, come on in, clear your mind, sit down, relax. Take what resonates and leave the rest for somebody else watching. Obviously, not every single word out of my mouth is going to pertain to you. So just know that, okay? Alrighty. I've already called in everybody's spirit team, angels, ancestors. So please just know they are in the house with me right now. Longing, missing you. Let's talk reunion. Somebody's missing someone. Don't forget to flip and flop your energies and genders each and every time you feel fit during the reading. Just don't force it, right? Chaos, upheaval, disaster, or downfall. Yeah, very, very chaotic. Look at the tornado stirring things up, you know. That's in your present, something about it. Waves, emotions, worry, and fear. This is crowning you. Worry and fear are wasted energies, right? It's not good to worry or be in too much fear, right? We got to get a grip on that. Oh, something about those waves of emotion, though. I am feeling like, maybe outbursts happening for some people, maybe emotional tantrums. Jeez, like grown adults acting like kids. That's what I'm thinking. But or maybe not. But if you see it, you see it. Time. I didn't even know this was up. Delay, procrastination, too busy. Yeah. This is the hope, fear, challenge, and homework column. So I do feel like a lot of time has gone by. This is probably why people are missing someone or longing for someone, right? There was a delay. They seem too busy or whatever that is. Okay. One more. Love affair, dirty little secret, sex fix, down low. Okay. It's not a sex fit. If it's not, right? Then we've got to keep it on the down low, sweeping it under the rug, something like that. That's not what these times are about, right? We're in Age of Aquarius. It's all about the Great Awakening. And we're dead center in the middle of it, baby. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right. Hello, come on in. I hope everybody's having a good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what time it is, wherever you are watching this. Show me what I need to see. It's for my Capricorns, directed towards North Node. Ah, what a mess. Something about that chaotic energy there and, tyrant energy right on top. I don't know if that means anything. Spiritual awakening. Someone had a spiritual awakening in the past. Someone's missing you. Let's talk reunion, right? Hi, everybody popping in and out. Hello. Yeah, was it a love affair? I don't even like them. I think it means more later in the reading but keeping it on the down low, like keeping it doesn't mean a third party, although I haven't gotten really into it yet, but I don't know. But whatever this is, they may just want to keep it under the rug. It may not be a sex fix or what. So that's what I mean. You guys have to discern your way through. And I'm glad that you said something because I hope my explaining that helped you, Nice. Bread and pizza. I love it. I love homemade bread and homemade pizza. All right. So anywho, back to the reading. spiritual awakening, the grand awakening. I was just saying. Now, chaos, upheaval, disaster, or downfall. What is that about? Show me what I need to see. All right, we're not going to take them. They were teasing me there, you know? Show me. Moon. Chaos, right? Moon just came out. So whatever was hidden, whatever the cunning or fears, maybe even could be like an upheaval, like a hardship, right? It felt like a hardship or a disaster, right? There's chaos there. Yeah. Scorpio. I actually already did Scorpio and it got deleted, so I have to do another one. Yeah, that bummed me out because that was a good one. But yeah, I'll do that one probably after this one. I got a couple more to do, so I think I have Scorpio, Capricorn, and Cancer is on my list today. But anyway, all right, so show me what I need to see. Has to blame someone. Yeah, they don't want to take the accountability. There's a lot of that going on in this planet. You know, avoiding responsibility and their own reflections. People are worried, you know, emotional, fearful. You got to take accountability for what, well, if, when, and where in the picture you are. And whatever you've done or not done is, I think, what's being highlighted here. But the other side of it, they have to blame somebody. They've been procrastinating. They're fearful or something. Peace offering or olive branch. I like it. Somebody wants to extend an olive branch and possibly have a reunion. I like it. This is the Hope Fear Challenge and homework, right? We want to extend the peace. You know, this what's hidden, you know, we got to face these fears of whatever it is because it brings in so much more, I don't know, closure, happiness, like that's what people need more in this world is the people to take accountability for themselves for what they've done or not done in a certain situation, right? So anyway, back into this one more please so we can get into my tarot. It's in the ethers. Something's going on up in the ethers, baby. But down low, dirty little secrets there. Something we don't want to talk about, whatever that is. Alrighty. I'm going to use my Oz and Wonderland deck today. I'm going to keep you guys on your toes with your folklore and your trivia. Temperance down, Annie M. Annie M. Temperance down, very reckless. This is signifying reckless, imbalanced, impatient, maybe, you know, like, what's the hurry? Slow the hell down. Somebody needs to slow down. Someone had a spiritual awakening through this. Somebody's missing you or you're missing someone. They want a reunion. It looks like maybe a relationship kind of reading so far, but sometimes work does come through. I just do general readings for people, so the Emperor. Somebody's trying to control this chaos, this moon energy, right? They're trying to control it. Now we know the Emperor and the Wizard of Oz. When Dorothy finally gets to Oz, and it's like the big grand pooh-bah and the illusion of it all, you know, is the massive narcissist. Fours, being an emperor, would be foundations, right? Foundations of the issue. So I'm thinking that they're creating this somehow. They might be a micromanager kind of energy, like in your business. What are you doing? You can't watch this. Why are you eating that? Oh, that's just, it's like, shut up, you know? But that's their own illness of the narcissism, right? It just goes on and on and on. But they have to blame somebody here. Worry and fear is wasted energy. If we face what we face, then we don't have any guilt. We don't have any regret because we faced it. And then all of a sudden, all that alleviates off our shoulders, right? Yeah, they do that every day. I know. People just everywhere. It's disgusting. It's weird. Narcissist, it's a personality disorder, okay? Let's get real, people. It's a personality disorder. And the narcissism and the sociopaths and the psychopaths and the sadists on this planet, it's out of control. And it's really, people, you cannot do whatever the hell you want to do and think that you don't have to take responsibility and put that blame on somebody else. I feel like somebody was taking on their weight of whatever it is. I don't know. I got to get back to this here. The magician down. Has to blame somebody for the craft that they made. Yeah, the creator, right? This is one who creates. Who created this mess? Black magic is what it is, but they have to blame somebody. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, now they want to make peace and spread an olive branch. 7 of Pentacles down. That's because they're in everybody else's business and they're not taking care of their own. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Something about that procrastination. They've been procrastinating, I feel. They're worried. They're fearful for what has happened, what they've crafted. See, you got to come to the truth so you have no guilt or shame or anything. Once you come to that, it releases. Right? Letting it go. It's in the ethers. Letting it go is in the ethers. I like it. The secret. There's this hidden secret that's not so good. Letting it go. It's in the ethers. You got to work on that every day. You have good days. You have some bad days. But it is what it is, right? A lot of people don't like that saying. Well, too bad, because it is exactly what it is, right? 9 of Pentacles, Queen Alice here. Somebody's very independent. They're on their own, very abundant, right? No, there is no real cure, I don't believe, unless that narcissist wants to change. But from what I understand, I've done a lot of research on this shit through the years. And from what I understand, the chances of that is extremely slim. Very slim. It's just, I'm sorry to say, and it is cutthroat truth, but some of these people, could be our sister, brother, aunt, uncle, mother, father. And, we love these people. And all of a sudden they're a covert narcissist. And you're like, now it all is starting to make sense when all those, manipulations and gaslighting and, it all starts falling together. But anywho, spiritual awakening. I feel like this, whoever this is, male or female out there, might have been the one that had the awakening. Right, of how imbalanced and everything is, put them in that maybe situation. Okay, you might have had a spiritual awakening through this recently or in the past for my higher vibrationals. Empath, 3 of Wands. No, it's a personality disorder. So it's like 99.9% of the time, or not, whatever. You get my idea where I'm coming from. Yeah, this person's an empath here, right? Could be Alice over here who's on their own or what, right? But somebody's in their feels, right? Feeling your way through it. The chaos. Okay? With the Emperor and the moon right over it. Dead center in the reading, very strategic. I feel like these people, this is very calculated. These people are calculated narcissists. Look at the strategic, chess pieces. But anywho, it's waiting on your harvest. Okay. What have you planted in the last year that is coming to harvest now? Right? And what are you planting now to come to a harvest later as well? Anywho, strategy, harvest, has to blame somebody. Black magic, worry, fear. Yeah, because there's exposure. See? The moon, ding, 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 ding. There's the second one, the Cheshire Cat. Oh, yeah. He's got that little grin on his face. Like he's so sneaky smart. But see, they got caught, or there's exposure, or there's something illuminated about this, right? They need to work on their own garden of life, their own selves, their reflections, and what is what it is. And they're trying to delay that peace offering. So in the meantime, putting it off is not helping anything. And if anything, it's making it worse. See, the longer we sweep things under the rug or don't face it or don't clean up that fucking mess under there, it's going to get harder and harder and harder and harder until you learn your lessons out of it. And that's the universal law of everything, So anyway, we have 8 of Wands here. It's in the ethers, news and communication, right on. We want to keep it on the hush, maybe on the hush side, right? I like it. But letting go and communicating, going forth, there's movement here. I don't know if I'm just assuming that because I have the reunion, let's talk card. So, you place it. Show me what I need to see. Hi, everybody. Tapping in and out. My Capricorns. King of Wands down. Spiritual awakening. Yeah, they've been sitting on the couch, I feel like. Sitting on the couch, somebody is, or even if it is just a metaphorical thing, but they haven't been taking charge, right? This could be a boss or a leader, a manager, as a profession. Maybe they're a father figure. I don't know how that is, but they need to get up off their butt, whatever. And then I have Alice here. Yeah. This could be father-daughter, father-son, mother-son, mother-daughter, whatever. Family. The devil. And I got chaos, the moon, the emperor, which is the narcissist in this deck, the empath, bound. Yeah, this is probably family. Yeah, these are very toxic. Very, very toxic. The empath right here sees it. The right in the middle of all of this is the empath card. They're the ones that have been taking the hits. The hits, the elf shots, elf shot. Elf shot is when a lot of you may not know, some of you might, but I believe it's like an Anglo-Saxon druid pagan thing from back when. And they used to say an elf shot was when, these verbal spells that are being cast is the elf shot. See, it's like they can't see the actual shot, when it's what I mean? So it's called an elf shot. So it's like a verbal spell, word witchery is how I kind of dwindle it down, right? Word witchery. So there was hexes and curses. This could be a family curse, that was going on for who knows how many centuries, right? You're all different out there. The Five of Pentacles has to blame somebody. I feel like somebody was homeless in the past, or they are now. Very disabling energy, maybe, if they're not homeless. But whatever that is. But see, now I feel like it's coming back to them. Or that very without depletion, right? Very disabling. Like we're not able to do what, Look at all those eggs, the golden egg. And then, there's the one on the ground that smashed open. He's juggling the golden eggs, taking risks. Or that's what it's about, because I feel like the devil just puts it off and puts it off and procrastinates and procrastinates, and they always will. Tweedledee and Tweedledum, Two of Cups. Olive branch right over this, hope, fear, challenge, and homework, this union, right? This couple, we may not want this. It could be a couple, could be one person going towards a couple. I mean, you can, right, flip it and flop it, but I feel like it's not really a union that we want. Like we're missing it. We want to over here, but then over here, somebody doesn't want it. Is that two different energies? I wonder. Yeah. Here's the truth. The whole truth, nothing but the truth. It's in the ethers. It's about fate and karma and destiny. All of it. It's about a new beginning. There's news and communication coming in about letting things go. It's in the ethers. I feel like, could there be a miracle happening out of this situation or something? Yeah, there's no love here, unfortunately. I hate to say it, or that's what it's about. The unempathetic, someone is, someone isn't. And it's the narcissistic. They're very unempathetic. They're unable. See, they can fake it again. They can say it all day long. They can love bomb you, but it's gonna happen in the next day, the next week, whatever it is. It's inevitable. It's the devil energy. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to get a little deeper still here and get some validation and clarification. Whatever. Get deeper. What's the T, Spirit? What about this very imbalanced, reckless, impatient, arrogant vibe? All right, I'm going to take these two, but hold on. Let me put that. Queen of Pentacles down. Yeah, somebody might be missing their kids, their child, something like that. Things are not balanced. They're not at peace because of it, or something of the kind. Okay, so I have Strength. I have Death card reversed. I have Hierophant, Page of Pentacles reversed. So, the Hierophant, I kind of can feel it in two ways on each side. In one hand, I feel like, this Hierophant needs to work on themselves, their own garden, their own life. They need to heal. But peace offering and olive branches right over this, right? So on the other hand, I feel like the other person, if they're the Hierophant and they're the teacher or the guide, they're trying to keep the peace, maybe. I don't know. There's some sort of delay. You can figure it out on your own. I don't know how to, place it all, because there's so many scenarios out there, right? Yeah, they don't really want to take this opportunity, but they got to let go, or they want to let go, or whatever. It's in the ethers. Know it, baby. I feel like there's a miracle or something big. Something big. People don't want to change. See? Narcissists won't change. I just got done saying that, right? Thank you for validating, Spirit. There it is. The black magic, it's not going to see it. They're in that. They're going to blame someone else so they don't have to reflect. So we got to be strong, be courageous, right? Find your inner strength, your willpower with all the deception or destruction or whatever the hardships that it is that you're dealing with, right? Seven of Swords, 10, yeah, we're breaking ancestral curses. I knew it. This has been going on for generations in some of your families, you know, because it's learned behavior. See, okay, so we got kids out there all over the world that go to school, you know, and all those, you know, they're in a very narcissistic behavior. You know what I mean? These kids growing up, they feel like they're entitled. They don't have to take accountability. They want to push it. And the more they get away with that shit is the more stronger that narcissist becomes. See? And they're going to have choices in their life at times, and they're going to actually come across shaking hands. What choice are you going to make? Are you going to level up and be a serious narcissist and try and take somebody out? Or are you going to turn back, learn your lessons, and change your mind? It's easy to change when they're young. Thank you, Spirit, because somebody asked earlier if it's, you know, and I said basically not. And technically that's true when it gets that serious, okay? There's different levels, I guess, of narcissist. Not every narcissist destroys. None of it's good. I'll put it that way. None of it's good. I don't care what level they're on. But some of these narcissists are psychopaths, sociopaths, sadists, you know? So, all right. Anywho, it was a very sneaky. Look, they were trying to avert the attention of this independent energy. This is in the past, right? This is what happened, I feel. See how sneaky he is with these 7 swords, right? But he left these 2 behind, but he's going that way. He left those 2 behind to avert, he's stealing all these, but he's leaving these to make it look like it's okay. I you know, see that elf shot, invisible word, witchery, thieving, cheating, betrayal, backstabbing kind of vibe. Wow. Okay. And then that 10 of Wands, the empath put a stop to it. They're not being oppressed and suppressed anymore. The burdens are over. Right? This is in the present with this deception hanging over it. But this empath, I feel, is putting the end to it or something, or that's what it's about. Staying strong, resilient even. You know, dead center in the reading. 3 of Pentacles down. Yeah. 3 of Wands up, 3 of Pentacles down. Has to blame somebody. Yeah. They stopped what they were doing, though. There was a team of people, or a group, or at least 3. 3 culprits. Of course, there's always a kingpin or a ringleader. But whatever. They stopped it. Right? Now we're looking for the future. Now we're learning our lessons out of this. I don't know. Some people maybe, right? Because that's how we move ahead. That's how we get rid of shame, guilt, regret, whatever, grief, all of it, everything, trauma, all of it, you know? All kinds of shit is, you know, it's amazing when we just come to the truth. Show me what I need to see, and that's what it's all about here. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. It's in the ethers, man. Show me. I need a bunch of cards. It's like they want me to read just 1 or 2 at a time today. Page of Cups, 3 of Cups reversed. Yeah, we don't want this gather. Somebody doesn't want this gathering, but it is a union or a reunion of some sort. I do feel like some sort of sit down that's been coming around the cards this week. Two of Wands reversed over here. So reflection, I feel like your reflection, you're reflecting on what is being illuminated, trying to get over the fears, the worries, and the doubt. And I'm telling you through this reading how to do that, right? But it's about reflection as well. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Yeah. We don't like, this is just saying what I said a minute ago. Like I said, we don't really want this union or reunion, but it's about communication, right? That was that card. Two of Wands down with the King of Wands down. No plans. Change. I don't know. No plans. No, I don't know what this energy is here. I'm feeling like very depleted. Don't have a whole lot of spunk, drive. I not seeing ahead. I think this is past energies, so I feel like you probably didn't see ahead. You didn't see this coming, this deception. They were trying to avert you, see? We come into it all at different times, Somebody woke up quicker than the others, is what that's telling me. That's all. We do have another wave of people, they say, that are supposed to be waking up to this grand awakening, right? There's like another wave of people. So, yeah. Just saying. What do you got with this devil card? By the way, that is the Capricorn energy. And how I read that is that's what we need to work on. I'm a Scorpio. My thing is my mouth because I have that tail. I sting. So through time, I've had to learn how to use my, and that was the strength in it all. Maybe that's your thing. You need to, take that devil energy and learn from it, right? Grasp it, use it. It doesn't mean that you're the devil, it means it's something in, or however it could be, for some people. Yeah, this was black magic. These were spells cast. This was definitely, hold on. This was hexing, cursing. See what happens. People, oh, not everybody realizes but in physics or quantum physics or whatever that is, when you put energy out, that energy has to go somewhere. It has to go somewhere, and it's going to keep going, right, until it hits who it was for, right? Unless that person is maybe protected and it, they're in the light or what. So it'll get diverted and then come back because it has to go somewhere, which is universal law of three, if you really think about it. So this hexing and cursing or whatever it may have been was black magic. It was done with intent, and that intent was not for the good, period. So whatever that is, I feel like they're being broken. These hexes and curses, the family curse, the ancestral curse is being broken. Okay. 4 wands down. It's not good news on some accounts. This could possibly have to do with, divorces or separations or whatnot. People are feeling the loss, the disappointment. And then I have has to blame somebody right over it. Yeah. Blame yourselves for only what you've done and not what you haven't. And you can blame yourselves for not doing something that you should have done. And maybe that's part of the shadow work. You know, you're going to have to flip it, flop it, figure it out, decipher it. The Emperor again. Ding, 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 ding. Whoops. Does not want to stay in my hand. The Emperor again. Taking control. Bossing up. Glowing up. You know, Page of Cups right over this. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Bossing up over this union we don't really want. Two of Cups down. Right? The Hierophant. Peace offering. One more, please. We can move on. All right, they gave me two. Everything I say in these cards here has to do with that union. You love somebody. You love somebody. King of Cups, the Magician. Yeah, Ace of Swords here is being clarified with the King of Cups. So somebody's very content and emotionally happy with the truth here. It's like they needed to speak out. It's like I feel, you know, that oppression, they weren't able to say what, or nobody was listening or whatever that was. And now they can, whatever that is, they're happy. Being content with the truth is, you know, part of the healing. We have to get through that, oh my God, I did this, or I didn't do this, I should have done it, or whatever it is, and come into it, and oh my God, I'm so sorry. Boom. All the energies change. The one who creates. Magic's in the air, it's in the ethers. I feel like magic is afoot in this reading. Literally. I might even name it that. I'm going to start naming videos again, or I kind of have been. And yeah, magic's afoot, man. It's in the ethers. I'm going to give you an eternal crystal. You can carry a piece on your person in the next few weeks. It'll help you to deal with this kind of situation that apparently is playing out. You know? Rose quartz. Nice. Where's mine? Oh, do I have it on me? I do. See, I have it on my person. That's my piece. I like raw pieces. Not all of them are, you know. But yeah. So it's all about love, man. And that's what makes the world go round. Check it out. Don't forget to flip and flop your energies should you need to. It's about your heart chakra. Check it out. As you feel love for yourself, you will automatically attract love from others. Amen to that, you know? It's important that you nurture yourself as a mother would tenderly nurture her child. You give so much love out to other people, family, friends, that there's nothing wrong with you taking some time to nurture yourself. Visualize or feel the energy of rose quartz, clearing out any past relationship hurts from your heart. This is why we need to hold on to these things while we grieve, or we get through things, or, you know, like whatever we're releasing. Take time to acknowledge and feel the love which surrounds you from your past loved ones and your family and friends who are living. Drawing this crystal is not only a sign for you that you need self-love, it is also time for you to focus on your relationships area. Rose quartz is known as the love stone. It's associated with your heart chakra. It opens your heart up to unconditional love. Rose quartz message for you is that your heart will soon open with happiness. You will enjoy a wonderful, equal, loving relationship with an existing intimate partner. Or if you are single or you aren't in a satisfying relationship, a new one will enter your life soon. I like it. I just got the goosebumps. I just got the goosebumps. Yeah, hidden realms. This one does have reversals, so we'll see. Oh, there it is. Capricorn. This is reversed. I'm going to show it to you upright. Yeah, you know, this is funny because I kind of had this card in my thoughts as I was giving this reading. It's number 24 for those who care. I'm going to explain this to you as we go through it, right? It's very interesting. Oh, it's ally and challenger. Nice. I like it. So it's always upright. It's about your authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. Spiritual awakening. Somebody had one. Somebody had one. When the map maker of destiny appears, it's a sign that you're being given an opportunity to transform fate into destiny. At birth, each human being is given a unique map with myriad paths that intersect with one another. Your map of destiny shows all the places you're meant to visit, places where you will be challenged to evolve into the highest aspects of yourself. Remember that you're a spark of the divine coming to earth to experience itself in human form. And as such, your path is unique. It's also somewhat preordained. And fate represents the events in your life that were meant to happen and that you can't change. Fate is transformed into destiny according to how you respond to your circumstances. See, coming to those truths, whatever that is, and letting it out. Destiny offers you the ability to make great opportunities out of a fated experience. So free will and choice are possible at certain points on your map. Now is one of those times. You're faced with a relationship or circumstance brought to you by fate. How you respond will lead you into your perfect destiny. Your ally may assume the form of a soulmate, come to heal your heart and be your companion. Perhaps your challenger makes you face the things within you that you must change in order for you to express your highest good. Maybe fate brings you an ally in the form of a wonderful new project or a challenger in the form of a failed business. No matter what form they take, all are perfect expressions of fate inviting you into your perfect destiny. Pay attention as your map unfolds now, and remember that fate makes the map, but destiny is determined by the manner in which you engage your journey. Wow, I feel like somebody out there really needed to hear that, because you can change anything by how you handle it, releasing it, and healing. Wow, I feel like that was very, very deep for somebody. I'm going to give you a few of these here. We're going to change it up a little. Hi, everybody. From Jamaica, man. Welcome. Welcome. Shonda. Shawanda from Jamaica, man. Welcome to my channel. We got the Three of Clubs. Yeah, good health, the fulfillment of your highest hopes. I like this. Yeah, it's like the Three of Wands, waiting on your harvest and your highest hopes. This is a really good omen for you. Now, that's twice you've had that card come out, the Three of Wands, in this reading. So, very, very, very cool for you. Eight of Hearts. Yep, somebody really, somebody's being flattered or very loving, or I feel a very, I wonder if somebody out there's a water sign. Are you dealing with the water sign, Capricorn? It's possible. But I'm feeling like a lot of emotions there. I like it. And the Star, my favorite card. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Hope, faith, healing, balance, restoration, inspiration. I love it. Very cool. All right, Grandma, what do you got for us? My grandma's deck from before she got, this is from Europe, just before she escaped the Nazis. North Carolina. Hi. I feel your energy, baby. James, you're a water sign. That's cool. All right, so sunrise. Is that what it is? I can't read it. Sun. I'll call you Sun. My heart tells me to let go. I wish I knew. I can give you a card on that. I'll put this reading, for a second here. All right, Sun. Give me a card for Sun. Okay, so I have the Nine of Wands. I have, this is funny, this card here. This is like the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords in the same card. And then I have the Hanged Man reverse. So what I have out of this is I feel like, basically you've been through it. I feel like you're trying to protect your heart, right? This is why we're questioning these things. Nine of Pentacles is fulfillment, right? It's abundance. Yeah. But when we have Nine of Swords, it's a nightmare, right? Kind of energy. Now, because I have two cards in one in this card, this is my pagan deck, right? She's resting, see, abundantly from the nightmare. You're tired of it. Whatever it is, the time is now. But you are wondering if it's a sacrificial energy. Yeah, that's funny because it's not answering me. I'm going to take another one. One more. The time is now, whatever that means. You have the power. You have the advantage in the situation. Look how strong he is up on top of that mountain. You have the power. That's what I got for you, babes. Yes, you're welcome. Okay, back to the reading. I do personal readings for any of you out there that are wondering. Just go down into my description, hit me up in my email, and we will make it happen, Captain. All right, Grandma, back to you. My Grandma Josie. What do you got for us, for Capricorn, Josie? I love that name, Josie, Josephine. I just love that name, Josie. It's cute. We don't hear that name very often in today's day and age anymore, All right, so far I have, grieving. Somebody may be grieving, or a widower or something. I'm not sure what that's about. Judge, we have, what's fair is fair. The scales are being balanced. The court is in session, kind of thing. Making things right, justice. And the sweetheart. That could be you, could be them. It's about a sweetheart. I'm pretty sure it's you if you're female watching. And then one more, loss. Yeah, there is some loss. Careful gambling out there if you are making any bets, right? Just kind of keep your cards close to your chest. Playing poker, you don't want anybody, peeking. You don't have to tell everybody what you're planning, or what you're doing. I'm going to give you a rune here, and we're going to close this out. What do you got for Capricorn Spirit? Thank you. Serenus, lead the way. Serenus. I believe that's the Devil card, isn't it? Isn't it Capricorn? That I'm pretty sure. Here's the back of it, which is beautiful. Very serene. you know? All right, we're going to see. Rejoice and run to where the old gods dwell, to the edge of Wales, if it makes you happy and well. Mm-hmm. Do what makes you happy. Seriously. Carry green garnet for prosperity and gratitude, and make an offering to the green man, the pagan god of nature and the cycle of life. That's the side note on the bottom. Mm-hmm. Those are your messages, Capricorn. I wish you all well in the next few weeks. I hope things work out in your favor, of course. It looks like things are happening. Things are, magic is afoot. It is in the ethers. It's verified several times. And you are the creator of your own. So create your own heaven. And if you want heaven heaven, then you got to create it now, because what you are is what you attract. So if this doesn't feel good in your life, get rid of it. If that doesn't feel good in your life, get rid of it. And all of a sudden, things start falling into place, and you start finding your happiness, and you start, you're the creator. Magic's afoot. Be cool, be kind, be patient, and please just be a good human. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all the newer subscribers, the ones who are returning. If it wasn't for you guys listening, I wouldn't even waste my time, right? So I really do appreciate it. I'll see you soon. Ciao.